Today we're doing part 2 of the vintage RV rebuild, and today I'm going around and inside the RV and taking inventory of what I need to purchase and replace, and also what I need to repair. So stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I've launched into this major project. I want to get this cleaned up, fixed up, polished, painted, whatever I need to do to get it primed for sale on Craigslist so I can generate some revenue to get some stuff I need to finish up the homestead with. So let's go do a walk around real quick, and I'll inventory of what I need to purchase and repair and replace. Starting with the door, I need to disassemble the door and replace the wood on the inside, and we'll get the door cleaned up, polished up, shined up, reinstall the door with new seals and possibly new locks. We'll see. This fender needs to be replaced. I found a site where I can buy a replacement fender because this middle piece is missing. Compared with this side, you see some of the middle piece remaining, but it's missing a part down there, so I'm going to have to replace both sides. The tires are in bad shape, so I will be replacing all 5 wheels, or all 5 tires. And the same way with this one, it overheated and blew out, so I want to make sure there's 5 good tires on this unit. It needs a bath, desperately. I'm going to have to remove the spigot that drains the tank because it has weathered. And also I'm going to replace this water tank fill while I'm at it. I'm missing some lenses, so I'll be ordering new lenses and even checking out the lights. I may end up replacing all of these lights. I have the intentions of installing LED lights all the way around. Tail lights look in relatively good condition. These seams on this corner looks very good, except for down here at the bottom. I'll see what I can do about replacing or repairing any part that needs to be repaired down. This back corner seam is completely intact. The storage for the sewer is still in good condition, so I'll be putting new sewer pipe in there. The water heater needs a new needs a screw to go in there and fix that up. Oh look, a beehive. And that's still functional. So we'll figure out the water heater attachment. This is broken. I'll see if I can find a new piece there. And everything looks okay in here. I don't need to do anything. I may want to modify and upgrade the fuses though. The furnace is just a radiating furnace, space heater. There's no blower motor on it, so it doesn't use any electricity. And that looks in relatively good shape. I just want to remove this, clean it up, and polish it up. The siding looks in really good shape, with the exception it does need a bath. Except for somebody went and painted this down here, so I'm going to have to get some paint stripper, strip this paint off of this, and try to get it back to the original color. This left front seam, it looks like I have some damage in there. Yeah, that wood is rotten. I have to replace some wood in there. So this is one of the bad things about RVs, is if you don't maintain your seams, they decay like this. I'm going to peel that whole thing back and replace that, and we'll see what the inside looks like. I'm going to put 2 new hoses on here. This is alright. And we're going to get 2 new updated bottles, because these are expired. We'll need a new battery for that. There is no battery in here. It is empty. And we'll just go ahead and clean up the paint here, get it scraped down and repainted, and get rid of that rust. Make sure all the electrical is working. And make sure the landing gear is well lubed and cleaned up. So I did find a source online where I can get a new logo for the trailer also, to update that. And I'll need to do these lights as well. The front window rock shield, I'll need to clean up the fiberglass and get rid of this thing and try to find an original piece to go back in there, or clean it up and do something, touch up this painting. That's kind of cool. Somebody tried. This seam seems to have been taken care of. I don't notice any rotten wood in there. Of course, we'll go on the inside and see what it looks on the inside. To recap on the outside, three of the seams are in primo shape. The one corner has wood in there I definitely need to replace. 5 new tires, new lights, new logo, repair the door, and replace the fenders. And do something with this rock shield, new lines for the propane bottles, and a new battery, and make sure all of the electrical is functioning as far as all the clearance lights, tow lights, and the replacement of the clearance lights. Also, the a locking apparatus for the shield, the cover for the water heater. Now inside, we're going to repair that door. The screen door, we'll just clean it up, replace the screen. That's still functional. We'll get that cleaned up, get that tightened up. Apparently the cover for the roof vent, it was made out of plastic, and over a period of time the ultraviolet rays of the sun decayed the plastic. So it's always a bad idea to put plastic covers on the roofs of your RVs. I'm going to upgrade this. I'm going to remove the whole thing. We're going to put a new seal around it, clean it up, replace any damaged material that might be up there, and we're going to go ahead and get a one that is completely metal. While I'm up there working on the roof, I'm going to go ahead and replace brand new some vent caps. And while I'm replacing these vent caps, I'm going to go ahead and wire some wiring down there for a future installment of a solar panel. The air conditioner will also have to be removed and cleaned up, serviced, and make sure it's fully functional, and do some detailing on the shroud. If I have to buy a new shroud, I'll do that. I'll upgrade that. But make sure it's completely functional, and I will put a brand new seal around that, because most commonly RVs will leak around the seal eventually, where the cooling unit is attached to the roof, and it is a pain in the patoot to get that thing removed and put a new seal on it. I've replaced the seal already on the 40-foot fifth wheel I have. And the roof vent, it looks in good repair. I just want to make sure I get a good seal around that, that there's no future leaks in that, and get it also cleaned up, painted, polished, whatever I need to do to it. And then that's pretty much with the roof, except for making sure I have a good seal around the roof and it's not going to leak for some years to come. Now we got some major issues going on with the floor right here. The front part of the trailer, we've got some destroyed floor material from water damage, and I believe it's from the roof vent. I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of the bad flooring boards, and I'm going to replace them with the same thickness of material, except I'm not going to use this particle board. In my opinion, particle board is the worst invention that mankind has ever made. I mean, duct tape beats that by far. But this particle board is not even worth spending a dime on. Because this is what happens. Water hits it and it decays really fast. So that's what happened here. The floor, that flooring material decayed under the dinette table and also in the entry. I have not noticed any other soft spots in the flooring, so what my intentions are going to do is upgrade the flooring. We're going to replace those patches on the flooring with new flooring, and then I'm going to overlay it with a like a hardwood flooring material to upgrade it as far as the flooring goes. Okay, as far as the upholstery goes, this has been recently reupholstered, so I'm not going to do anything with that. I'll get some cleaner. We'll go ahead and make sure the upholstery is cleaned. The curtains are in really good shape. We're going to go ahead and clean the curtains. And that's all I need to do with cushioning and curtains here inside. I do need to put in some mini blinds. They have a pull-down shade for now, but I'd rather do the mini blinds for the new overhaul, so we're going to go ahead and purchase those. Now the next thing is I'm going to go ahead and purchase and update the 110-volt electrical lamps here. There's two sconces here on the sofa. I need to replace those. And then there's one main one over the dinette, one over the kitchen, and one in the bathroom that I'm going to go ahead and replace with updated ones. And I'm fortunate the cabinets are in really good shape, except for the closing mechanisms. I'll probably try to fix those, repair them, or replace them. We'll see how it goes once I get into them. I might need to purchase new ones and put that on the list of things to purchase. So, back here in the corner from that really bad seam that we have, major damage already. You can see where it's all bowed and stuff, and the wood is just really mushy. It's destroyed by water. So I hope I can get away with just taking an X-Acto knife and cutting that panel, the rotten panel, out of there, replacing all the rotten material back inside of that from the inside, and then just getting another panel and try to match it as close as possible, because I'd like to maintain the same wood grain appearance on the walls in this RV. There's this one ceiling panel I'll definitely have to replace, because it is really rotten, and I need to expose the timbers up there to see if I need to replace any of those as well. And yeah, there's a little bit of damage up here too. This piece is bowed in. This will be an easy fix, just removing the heater and the refrigerator, pulling this panel out, cutting a new panel and putting it in place, and that should be okay. The refrigerator, I just need to clean up. It is operational because I used it when I was rebuilding the homestead when I first purchased it. The heater works great because I was reusing the heater, or I was actually using the heater when I was over here that winter and fall, winter, and spring doing the cleanup, and I was able to come in here and get warm. The stove, I'm going to get a cleaner that cleans up and shines up, polishes stainless steel, so we'll get that cleaned up. If I can't do that, I do have an extra stove that's brand new. I can actually swap out with this one, and it's actually in the storage shed. This is one of my concerns, is the counter being damaged, but the counter is in really good shape. The sinks are in good shape. This is a nice double stainless steel sink. It's just dirty. Everything looks good in here. Surprisingly, no water damage. The toilet just needs to be cleaned up. Make sure I have a good seal on there. And also clean up the shower. The shower seems in really good shape. No problems there. Here is the sink faucet. The sink counter, it looks in good repair. There is a leak in the piping under here somewhere. I need to find that leak and repair it with a shark bit or something. I've used the shark bites on repairing my son's travel trailer's water heater, and they work awesome. So if I can just find that one break and just cut it, put the shark bite in there and splice it back together, and it should be good to go. And that's as far as the plumbing goes. I don't think I need to do much here at all except for cosmetics and replacing some wood paneling, one roof paneling and one wall paneling, and everything else looks in really good shape. And also I should mention the floor. So the expense, probably about $500–600 total out of pocket to get this back up to snuff, and I'll probably list it for about $4,000 or $5,000 on Craigslist, depending on if I put a solar panel on the roof, put a battery bank under here, and do a inverter to run the 110. But all the lights will be, all the 12-volt lighting will be changed out with brand new LED 12-volt lighting. Everything will be upgraded. And hopefully, when I'm done, I can make it look just as pretty as this picture. So I'm gonna go online and do some research and find out where I can get some Luan paneling that matches the color that what I have in here, and also the ceiling. Getting some boards for inside the walls and getting those replaced and repaired. And I'll be processing the orders for ordering all the parts I just mentioned today. And I will be back with you guys in the next episode of when the parts finally arrive. And then the next future episodes will be each item as I go along replacing. And by the end, hopefully we'll have about under 10 episodes for this Restoring a Vintage RV. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Please check out my other videos. I've got a bunch of them down below. And feel free to ask me any questions, leaving comments. I try to get back to your comments as quickly as possible. And also, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and sharing my videos helps out my channel greatly. Hey, you can also follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Google+, and Blogger. I'll see you guys again in more videos. Bye-bye.